Cancer. What's up? This is Tina with 85th House Vibrations. And it's just in. Yep, it's back. It's where we get all up in other folks' business about love and relationships. Cancer, before we get started, I am using the Deviant Tarot, and it's by Valenza, in case anybody's interested. The moon is moving into Scorpio, and this is called the Deviant Moon Tarot. And if there ever was a Deviant Moon, it is a Scorpio moon. I'm a Scorpio moon myself. So. And you know what? This is the first go round for me using this deck. I got this deck. Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. I got this deck Friday. I got another deck too, Cancer, that you guys are probably like. Let's see what it is right now. I'm breaking in 3 new decks right now. I got the what is it? Tarot of a Moon Garden. Actually, I was gonna say I think you might like that deck. That's a more Neptunian deck. And I'm breaking in the Everyday Witch. If you guys follow me on Facebook or Twitter, I've been using the Everyday Witch for the daily readings, and I like it. It's simple, it's down to earth, it's vivid, and pretty straight to the point. I think it's a great deck for beginners, or somebody who at least has a very basic knowledge of tarot. Okay, so this is going to be good for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. It's a general reading. It won't resonate with everybody. Woo! Page of Wands. The reason I'm not going to love is reversed. I'm not, just because of the way that they came out of the deck, and I can't determine whether or not they would have been upright or reversed, and I do read reversals. I'm not going to just lay those cards out, but we will keep in mind that hell, I forgot what the card was just that quick, so I can't keep it in mind. The Lovers did. It popped out though. The Lovers just popped out in the Gemini reading too. And this is a love reading, so it makes sense. We just had a full moon in Libra. So, one-on-one partnerships, and the moon is about emotions and close personal relationships. So, it's not surprising me that the Lovers card is coming out. We are still, we're in the waning gibbous phase, but we just had that full moon yesterday. What's up, Cancer, my peeps? Whenever I do readings for y'all, I just feel like I'm at home. I am at home. I'm chilling at the crib. But, when I do a reading for Cancer, I feel like I can just put on my robe. Oh, man, put on a hair bonnet, even though I don't wear one because they don't stay on my head. But, I feel like, I'm chilling like a Christmas villain. I always feel that way when I read for Cancer. So, I hope you guys can appreciate my chilled out vibe. Gemini may not have been as appreciative, but, there we go. So, let's go ahead and pull 3 cards because y'all know I'm a 3-card junkie. Right. And let's see, on the bottom of the deck, okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups reversed. 10 of Cups reversed, guys. Not feeling complete, Cancer. No matter what's going on the surface, and the reason I say this is because this is how I now interpret a bottom card of the deck. The bottom card is what's happening underneath the surface. It's what's happening in the background. It's the repressed, the unseen. Even though you can still run across cards like that in the reading, that card on the bottom of the deck shows me what is going on, whether we realize it or not. And Cancer, what is going on with you is a sense of this non-emotional completion. You're still not feeling emotionally fulfilled. Shit, you might be out here running around like you're chasing chickens, and on the surface it may feel like, okay, yeah, I got it, but you don't got it. Cancer, it takes a lot for you to get it emotionally, because that is what you're about. That well is bottomless. So what I say is, don't beat yourself up if you are feeling like, ooh, like what commercial was it was an insurance commercial where somebody was dangling $1, and I think it's an old guy going toward it. I can't remember, and he was like, almost had it, gotta be quicker than that. Well, Cancer's not quick. That energy's not quick. You might have your Mars in Aries or Leo or Sagittarius, something a little quicker, but the soul is not very quick. Cancer's not a quick energy. So maybe before I pull cards, maybe you could be missing out on that completion. Because there's exceptions to every rule. I just said a moment ago that was a bottomless well. But that's a generalization. Of course, all Cancers aren't like that. Everybody's not like that. But that was a generalization. But, the problem could be not so much that it is a bottomless well that can never be filled, but it's a case of maybe you're moving too damn slow. Let's see what's up. All right. Ooh, it's the moon, Cancer. Your card. This rules you. This is the 18th major arcana. You are looking for that completion. 1 + 8 = 9. And if you have 9, that is a spiritual or a spirituality completion, right? But I think that there is a fear, some anxiety, especially around relationships. And this is a relationship reading. This is a love reading. But, I have to admit that sometimes this could be not just about the people you love and not just the people who you are sexually intimate with. And I know that's what a lot of us tune in for. But this could be about, other people that you love. So, the moon comes up, even though we are in the waning gibbous phase. We just had a full moon in Libra yesterday. And what is Libra? It's one-on-one relationships. It's the best friend. It's the contractual relationship, whether that be a marriage or business partner. This is your card, Cancer, so maybe you handle this better than... This rules your... Okay, let me take that back. This is actually a Pisces card, truth be told. But moon rules Cancer. This is all the water signs, Scorpio too. But moon rules Cancer, and this is your reading. So pulling the moon is significant to me, even though this is more of a Pisces Neptunian card. Because even though that moon is full, you may not realize you are dancing with the devil. The moon is full and is giving off the most light it can possibly give. But in this case, you may not realize that you are dancing with the devil. Like I said, there's some anxiety, there's some fear. Cancer, you guys may not have been able to sleep well lately, moving up into the full moon. There's something about your one-on-one relationships that could be keeping you up at night. The next card is the Page of Cups, reverse. It's not paying attention to your intuition. This could be somebody that you are dealing with who is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but this is coming up at the center of the reading. And this is all watery. Something's off with you. Cancer, and right now we don't have. No, okay, that's. We don't have any of the personal planets in water signs, so you could be feeling a little off, and not necessarily connecting intuitively. The other thing, Cancer, is you could be using drugs and alcohol in excess to deal with your anxiety and your fears to make you feel better. That's only going to amplify the problem. We all know that. You know, listen, I've had my fair share of drugs and alcohol. So, you know, when you're in that space, you're not trying to hear that. You just do what you have to do to numb the self. But you're being told something that you're ignoring, and it could be about a relationship, and that probably just came to light under the full moon. It may be something that you don't like that much. You may start to see something that you don't like that much. But even still, in seeing that, the message that I'm picking up, Cancer, is that you see it, but you don't want to acknowledge it. Let's do the last card. Okay, yeah. See, this information, this is the Six of Swords reversed. In the upright position, the Six of Swords is saying that you know, you're kind of moving on from a bad situation. Well, if it's reversed, you're not moving on from that situation. You're stuck in this situation because it's not that you don't see it, Cancer. It's just that you want to ignore it. So it's you that's keeping yourself from moving on. Now, in the upright position, you know, and like I said, in the regular Rider-Waite deck or in the traditional decks, it's generally what appears to be a woman appears to possibly be a mother, and there's a child. I didn't notice that for a long time when I first started reading tarot, that there was actually a child in that boat, and they seem to be trying to escape. And there's a shoreline in the distance, you know, which says that there's dry, solid land ahead. But it's swords, so it's communication, it's answers. It's moving her out of a bad situation, even though things still may feel heavy and ominous. Okay, but in this deck, in this deck, it's in the reverse. So let's just say this person in the upright position is catching hell. I don't know, either way it looks kind of self-inflicted. This person, I think, is catching hell, or is about to catch hell, or could possibly catch hell, because they're playing a dangerous game, but they are still on the receiving end. In the reverse position, I totally feel like, Cancer, this might be something that you're doing to yourself. It's like you are just willing to impale yourself on this sword right here. Rather than cutting through the bullshit, I think you just rather eat it up and pretend it doesn't exist, and you're going to skate on whatever it is that you need to skate on to keep yourself from having to make a decision, a couple of decisions. Cancer, I feel like you are definitely ignoring some information because you don't want to make a decision about something. For whatever reason, it's scary to you. And rather than deal with it up front, you've decided to escape. And that could be through the use of drugs and alcohol. I feel like, Cancer, you may not be allowing yourself to believe in love and the process because you've been hurt. The anxiety comes from previous hurts. That's why you can't move on. That's why you can't do something solid or make something real, because previous hurts have put you in a really bad position. And Cancer, I kind of feel like you feel like I would rather stab myself in the throat than subject myself to the pain and hurt that comes from trusting somebody in a relationship. And that's the way I see it, Cancer. If any of you would like to get a private reading with me, my information should be in the description box. Thanks, and I hope to talk to you guys again next month.